What if I told you the most dangerous being in One Piece isn't a pirate, a marine, or even a Yonko, but someone who has existed in the shadows for over 800 years? The Great Emu has finally stepped into the light, and what we've just witnessed in chapter 1150 rewrites everything we thought we knew about the power system in One Piece. Forget Haki. Forget devil fruits. This is something far older and far more terrifying. In this video, we're diving deep into the jaw-dropping abilities that Emu just revealed, and trust me, Oda didn't hold back. From otherworldly transformations to powers that seem to bend the very rules of the world, Emu's abilities aren't just impressive, they're horrifying. Whether you're a hardcore theorist or just catching up with the latest chapters, you're going to want to stick around as we break down every confirmed power Emu has shown so far and what it means for the final saga of One Piece. Power number 7, full possession, taking over her follower's body. Yonko, like every other God's Knight in the Holy Land, was blessed by the great Emu with unique talents and abilities, including immortality. In exchange for that power, Emu gains control of her body and transforms it into a temporary vessel for her soul. This implies Emu can take over Yonko, or any other God's Knight for that matter, anytime and wherever she pleases. While there is no exact reproduction of this particular ability, some devil fruits give users an influence over other people's bodies. Doflamingo can utilize his string fruit to transform others into his puppets. Once his strings have locked onto a target, he has complete control over their movement. At one point, he even tricked the whole Dressrosa Royal Guard into executing their own citizens. Power number 6, body transformation, morphing into a demon. The most noticeable transformation that Yonko experiences when Emu takes over her body is a dramatic physical change. She grows a pair of huge bat-like wings on her back, a long thick tail out of her lower back, and a jet-black trident to complete her demon appearance. The giants who Emu transformed into demons had a similar appearance, with evident big teeth and long horns that Yonko may not see due to her mask and hat. One Piece includes a variety of races, but demons are not one of them, at least not in the present world. As such, Emu could be a member of an extinct devil race. There is, however, someone who resembles Emu's devil form, Magellan, the previous warden of the Impel Down jail, who used his poison magic to nearly kill Luffy. Magellan has bat-like wings, horns, and fangs, similar to Emu's demonic look. It's unknown whether this is a coincidence, or if Magellan is a descendant of this long-lost race, but the likeness is unmistakable. Power number 5, extreme Conqueror's Haki, strong enough to knock out giant warriors. Conqueror's Haki has proven to be one of the most powerful and fearsome skills in the New World. Needless to say, the great Emu has Conqueror's Haki, and it's not just any Conqueror's Haki. When Emu takes over Yonko's body, an explosion of extreme Conqueror's Haki engulfs a large region and knocks down several giant warriors. That is how strong her Haki turned out to be. The story has featured a number of fearsome Conqueror's Haki wielders, the majority of whom are of an older generation, such as Scopper Gaban and Garp. The red-haired Shanks is widely regarded as having the most potent Conqueror's Haki among pirates today. He can unleash a Conqueror's Haki powerful enough to intimidate Ryokugyu, one of the Marine's 3 Admirals, toward the end of the Wano Country arc. Could Shanks defeat numerous fierce giant fighters with his Haki, like Emu recently did in Elbaf? It's difficult to predict, but perhaps fans will see him pull off a feat like that soon. Power number 4, weapon manifestation, making a pistol out of thin air. Weapon manifestation is one of Emu's most exciting powers when she takes over Yonko's body. When the enraged Broggy, co-captain of the famous giant warrior pirates, grabs Emu, she summons a knife and a massive gun out of thin air. She frees herself by stabbing Broggy, then blasts his hand off with the big pistol. Many characters can use their devil fruit powers to build weapons. Kizaru can create a long sword out of light, Aokiji an ice sword, and Mr. 3 a variety of tools and weapons out of wax. However, Baby 5 and her arms fruit are capable of creating complicated weapons such as Emu. The difference between the two is that Emu generates weapons out of thin air, whereas Baby 5 may turn any portion of her body into a cannon, sword, machine gun, or any other weapon she desires. Power number 3, teleportation. Instant long-distance travel. Power number 3, teleportation. Imu's particular power, which she frequently employs and shares with her gods' knights, is long-range teleportation. She can use it to teleport a complete squad, as well as minor items like weapons or books. Although both Imu and the gods' knights require a magic circle to teleport to their destination, Imu can do so considerably faster. Not only that, but she can form the magic circle in mid-air, whereas the gods' knights must sketch it on the ground. Blueno is the only devil fruit user in One Piece with a similar skill. He was a CP9 agent who, like Rob Lucci and the others, was promoted to CP0. His devil fruit allows him to make doorways on any surface, including the air itself. He can connect these doors to whatever location he chooses. Blueno has demonstrated the ability to span miles of distance in an instant with his doors, but it is uncertain whether he can use them to move from one country to another, like Imu's teleportation circle does. Power number 2, demonic contract. A contract that turns you into a demon. As the name implies, Demon Deal enables Imu to sign a deal with another person and transform them into a demon, packed with physical transformations such as wings, fangs, and horns. She also transforms them into an everlasting murder machine that will follow her orders no matter how ludicrous they are. The deadliest aspect of this power is Imu's capacity to form the demon pact without the agreement of the other side. She can decide on her own to create a contract with someone, and the other person has no say in the matter. Sugar's Hobby fruit is the most similar devil fruit to this one-sided transformative contract. Sugar's devil fruit power has converted countless Dressrosa citizens into living toys. Sugar forced a contract on her victims after transformation to ensure that they followed every word she said or any other regulations she imposed on them. Power number 1, mind control. Infiltrating her target's mind. As previously stated, the moment Imu triggers her demon contract, she has complete control of her prey. She can change their body into an immortal demon, but more importantly, she has complete power over their mental health. This is how she can persuade Dory and Broggy, the proud co-captains of the giant warrior pirates, to turn against their own people and slay their elders. There are numerous devil fruits that can control other people's bodies, but none can completely control their thoughts. The closest one is Pudding's Memo fruit, which allows her to alter other people's memories. There is, however, a devil fruit with a similar ability to Imu's mind control, although it can only be obtained outside of the main storyline. The character's name is Breed, and he is the major enemy of the Caesar retrieval arc. His devil fruit is known as the Pet fruit. This character-only filler arc takes place between the Punk Hazard and Dressrosa arcs. Breed's devil fruit enables him to make a collar that gives him complete power over the mind and body of anyone who wears it, much like a pet. While he cannot convert them into formidable monsters like Imu's demon contract, the mind control effect is nearly identical. Imu has always been a mystery, but now that her true powers are finally starting to surface, the stakes in One Piece have never been higher. If this is only the beginning, then the final war could shatter everything we thought we knew about the pirate era. What do you think Imu's endgame is? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more deep dive One Piece content, and hit that bell so you don't miss what comes next. The Void Century is awakening, and we're here to uncover it all. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Review YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, question, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts on the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again, see you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments, the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Ghoul D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show, because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Ghoul D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.